It has been an amazing week and a half, right? We had obviously the Wuwa 2.0 special live stream, but before that we had the version 5.3 live stream for Genshin Impact, and of course I'm recording this just before the Nikkei live stream. So if you're seeing this, probably the Nikkei Christmas live stream just happened, right? So for me, it has been a crazy week for Gotcha Gaming. This is my opinion because the 5.3 special live stream was good. And then, of course, Wuwa and Nikkei is probably going to have a really, really good live stream for what it looks like, too. So I'm extremely pumped. So today we're going to be talking about what was announced for the version 5.3 special live stream of Genshin Impact. Now, of course, a lot of people have differing opinions, and I'm going to have my, probably lukewarm take, right, about the current controversy of people who have opinions, right? But we're going to wait for that. We're going to first go over this, give my opinions, and then talk about that. But if you like the content, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell to be notified of when the next Genshin Impact video comes out, and of course leave a comment about what you're most excited for in version 5.3. But without any further delay, let's go ahead and dive in. So first things first, let's give a shout out to the Green Sir over on Hoyo Labs because they came up with this whole summary. So kudos to them. If you're watching this, Green Sir, I would deeply appreciate if you commented and said, shut up, old man, like that. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive in. So first things first, they announced the banners, and this is what was crazy at the start, right? Phase one is going to be both Malvika and Citlali, right? So literally when the when this launches, we're getting two new characters, two new 5 stars. Malvika being the Archon of Natlan, and Citlali being a part of the tribe of the Night Wind, I think is what it is, right? And Citlali is probably my favorite of the two because she's literally my type of woman. I I was a Ganyu main before, and I don't even know. I'm questioning myself now. But Malvika looks like to be a lot of fun. From what I guessed from her, she's going to be more of an off-field DPS character, which is fine. Like she could be the one that finally dethrones Zhang Ling. I don't know. I'm just assuming, right? Because I don't actually play the characters before they come out. I don't have that ability. Ask TGS if anything. He'll definitely know. A little bit of shade. No, but I'm very excited for Citlali because she has an opportunity to dethrone, at least for me, the top shielder in the game, which is Zhang Li. So I'm very excited to try her out. From my understanding, people were telling me that uh she's gonna scale off of Elemental Mastery, which is absolutely bonkers, right? I'm very excited for that. If she scales off of Elemental Mastery, from what they're saying, it's gonna be 1,000 EM is going to equate to 13,000 HP or your shield, basically. So I'm like, dang, that's insane. So very excited to try that out. But in phase two, right, we get Arlecchino rerun and Clorand rerun, which is insane having these two actually rerun at the same time. So not only are we getting two new characters in phase one, which are supposed to be really, really good characters, but we're also getting, you know, the queen herself, Arlecchino, and Clorand, who is absolutely insane as well as reruns. So very excited for that. But what's also really, really cool about Phase Two's banners, right? We get the new 4-star character known as Lanyan, aka I call her Shy Lily, because she does kind of look like Shy Lily's model a little bit. But I digress. There's a lot of really cool things coming out. But we're not done with banners. We're not done. We also have the Chronicled Wish banner coming back with the return of Shenhe. Now, a lot of people were, very hype about this. I really don't care myself. Shenhe is a fun character to have on a cryo team, but that's about it. She doesn't really do much for me. But I do know that a lot of people are very excited to have Shenhe return. And these are all the 5 stars that are going to be a part of the Chronicled Wish. We got Baiji, we have Shenhe, we have Kuching, we have Ganyu, Zhao, Child, and Chi Chi. Now, in my personal opinion, why do we have Chi Chi and Kuching? Why do we have these two as part of the banner? Like they're normal 5 stars. And the only reason it makes sense is because they're from Liyue. Now, I'm just saying when Chronicle Wish comes out for, let's say, Inazuma, there's not really much from I don't think there is a character from Inazuma that's, in the standard manner, now that I think about it. I don't think there is. Yeah, because the only 2 additions were Tainari and, um, Dia, and they're both from Sumeru. So, to me, it makes no sense to have these 5 stars in these Chronicle Wish banners like this. That's just my personal opinion. But we do have weapons obviously featured on this as well. We knew this from before. Primordial Jade Cutter, we got the Amos Bow, Polar Star, the Unforged, Calamity Queller. So definitely a lot of options there if you're going for weapons as well. Uh Now, here's something important because they talk about this. Now, people are like, "Oh, well, before they had to have 2 reruns before they could actually be a part of a Chronicle banner." Now, they changed that. The restrictions of characters entering Chronicle Wish will be loosened starting in version 5.3, which makes sense because there's too many characters, right? We're not going to be able to actually, enjoy some of these characters because of the fact that they're not going to rerun. So, but now that Shinhua is technically getting a rerun, the next everybody hates or Hoyo hates this character is going to be Kokomi, and I can't wait to do that one because it's going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, there's a lot of really really cool stuff happening with that. We do have the Archon quest happening. For this patch only, this Archon quest will net you an additional 500 Primo Gems as well. So extra points for people who complete this Archon quest during version 5.3. Very excited for that. Story quests and hangouts. It doesn't look like we're getting any hangout events in version 5.3, which is fine, but we haven't had a hangout event in a long while, which I'm not entirely mad about, but there's always that opportunity to introduce these 4 stars and give us a little bit of time to feel like we're getting close to them, right? Malvika Act 1 is going to be happening, and then Tribal Chronicles Masters of the Nightwind Act 3 will be happening as well. Now, of course, we're also going to be getting Pyro Traveler, which is fantastic because I've been asking when we were going to get this character. And yeah, he looks like he might be a little bit of fun. I don't know. So we'll find out as we go into it. Like we talked about, Malvika is going to be coming, and her animations look absolutely insane. This goes over her actual kit. I'm not going to go into too many details about it. We're going to kind of rush through this. Citali as well. Her animations are very, very cute. And every time I see something about this character, I fall even more in love with her. Like, she is really, really cool. I love this character. And then, of course, we also got the Lanyan information, which Lanyan to me kind of comes off as an animo uh DPS slash shielder. It's very weird, like a almost a battle shielder. But I could be wrong. I haven't looked too much into her kit. But from the animations, it looks like she's gonna have some really, really fun animations with her weapon. Now, of course, we do have the new Claymore coming out, the new catalyst for, obviously Sitlali and Malvika respectfully. So yeah, we have some new events. We're getting a free 4 star for Lantern Right, and of course, Lanyan is a part of that, right? Because this is Lantern Right, and it's going to be all the leeway 4 stars. So for people who are like, oh well, I don't want to summon on Arcano and Claran just to pull the new character, fear not, you don't have to. So your Primo Gems are a little bit safe at least until 5.4. Of course, we have the Springtime Charms, which is going to be an event where we can get the free Zhangling outfit. That's right, new outfits are coming as well. And we'll get more into that here in just a bit. We also have, us getting a free 10 pull with a bunch of other stuff alongside 1,600 Primo Gems for the in mail stuff. So it's going to be split into fours like it normally is, right? Now, the Xbox glider is finally going to be coming to Genshin Impact over like through the whole, thing. Now, I say finally be like acting like it's been like patches, right? But for those who don't know, this is the Xbox glider that came out when Genshin Impact released on Xbox, and it was announced that the glider would be coming everywhere else. Here we go, we're finally getting it for Lantern Right. Now, I just wish that the PlayStation one wasn't still exclusive so I could use it outside of PlayStation, right? Like, why can't we just have all the gliders be used at all times? Why can't I just use the Sword of Dissension everywhere? Granted, it's not a great sword, but I still want to have the ability to use it. Now, we do have this little layout of a bunch of events. It's like a little puzzle fighter, which I'm pretty excited for. I think that's going to be fun. We have a little fighting event as well. This one I think is like a sticker type of event. But yeah, there's a bunch of really good events coming as well to 5.3. It's gonna be fun for the most part, or at least I hope so, right? I don't want to play the puzzle fighter event and then hate my freaking life, you know what I mean? And then we got Shuyu's Baffling, the Beetle Battle Bowl, which we're gonna have a mechanical beetle fight against Abyss Mages. Yeah, the beetle fighting event is kind of I think I'm just like meh. I we've had the beetle fighting event so many times over and over again that I'm just kind of getting bored of it. But yeah, there's a bunch of really, really cool stuff that's coming. Zhao lanterns and fireworks are coming back in the flagship event so that you could buy them. So if you want to buy 1,000 um, Zhao lanterns, you could actually get 1,000 Zhao lanterns for about 500K, which is great for me because I'm at least going to buy 1,000 just because of the fact that I have 103 million more. I really don't need it. Smaller events, we're gonna get a ukulele for the rhythm event that's coming out, which is fun, right? Fun. So, but a bunch of really cool stuff. Like there's gonna be a new weapon, I think, from what I was seeing. Um, but I could be wrong on that. Now, of course, TCG is getting two new cards as well with Milani and Clorand, which is meh. We're getting a new boss, which God, what is with these updates making bosses hot? Why do you do this? Like, look at her. The wayward, hermetic spirit speaker. God damn, right? Okay. I'll cool my jets. But there's a lot of really cool stuff for optimizations as well, and we'll get into that for the new boss. We're also getting a new weekly boss, Lord of Eroded Primal Fire. And this is probably outside of Arlecchino, the coolest freaking weekly boss, right? It's a giant dragon that has one sword at the start with the fire sword, and then a second sword which has the abyssal energy, right? And I think that this is leading into possibly. Now, this isn't confirmed. This is just speculation. I want everybody to understand that. I think this is starting to delve into, quantum, aka, dark energy element of some sort, right? It could be, abyss or, quantum or gravity, however you want to call it, right? I think that sooner rather than later, we're going to be getting a new element going into maybe Shneznaya, which would be fantastic. I think it'd be a fun thing to see. Now, as we go into this, we get to see the new outfit for Hu Tao. That's right, Hu Tao is getting some love in this update, which I'm excited for. I think a lot of people are kind of indifferent to this outfit, but I think this looks absolutely like awesome on her. Like this outfit works for her really, really good. And then of course Zhang Ling's outfit too looks really, really nice on her. They're both really, really good outfits in general. Like obviously they're not going to be like the dresses like Kuching and Ganyu and Shinhua as well because God or Ningguang, but these are still really, really good outfits for these two characters. So really excited for those. We're getting new echoes for Kazuha and Ganyu, two of my favorite characters. So I'm happy about that. Ganyu is always so gorgeous in my opinion. So I'm gonna get both of those the moment I can actually play that Imaginarium Theater, right? Plus, we got some system optimizations, big stuff coming for artifacts, and we've talked about this in the previous one, so I'm only going to talk about it very, very slightly. So artifacts are going from 1800 to 2100 in storage. We're getting a training guide that's going to help with artifacts in general and understanding which ones you should go for. Stats are going to be highlighted for which work for a certain character. So like Nuvolette will get HP and crit damage. They're going to be highlighted on those like substats, right? And then bosses will also respawn immediately, which is fantastic. Is going to help out the actual grind. So then of course we got a new album and stuff, and then we went into the roadmap, which has a lot of really, really cool things, but the main thing was this, right? As you could see here, we see that there's a couple of characters that might be able to be recognized. As we see, Eonsen is right there on the end, but in the middle, a lot of us are speculating that it's Skirk. What does that mean? Well, it could mean that this is or these are the list of characters that might be coming out the rest of 5.0. Now, we do have, like I said, Mavuika and Citali coming out, and I don't think there's a lot of characters outside of those two that were from the original trailer that haven't come out yet. I'll have to relook at that. But the only two characters that I know of off the top of my head that haven't come out yet are Janssen and Capitano. And I'm pretty sure Capitano is going to be playable in some capacity. So I don't know. I'm very excited. If we are going to get Skirk, man, I'm excited. It's gonna be great. But there's that for this update. Now, I'll go into my take about the 5.3 update because I still play Genshin on regular, and I know that some content creators has stopped playing Genshin, and it's very easily understandable. I totally get it. While I'm not a fan of Genshin Impact as of late, I still say that this update was pretty dang good in general. Did it cover like, the are we getting artifact presets? No. I know that people are constantly arguing about artifact presets and I get it. Hasn't happened yet. I don't know why they're taking so long. The story looks like it's going to be at least better than the last couple updates. My big thing about Natlan is that, and I've heard Tectone talk about this as well, is that for a nation of war, there's not really a lot of war going on, and we got it like a little bit. Like, I don't know, it just didn't feel like it was a big deal, right? We talk about the times where we got introduced to side characters passing away, like we talk about Tepe over in, Inazuma, or we talk about, who's another big character that died, like, or a big side character. I don't know, but it just felt like there wasn't really a lot of, there's a lot at stake here. This feels more happy-go-lucky, and I can kind of see that. However, when it comes to the overall game, I still think that the game is good. Like, yeah, it has its problems, and we're not getting rewarded as much in regards to, in-game rewards. But when it comes to the overall gameplay, it's still good. Like, I don't think it's like crazy, but it still has its moments of being fun to play. Is it challenging? Absolutely not. The game is way too freaking easy, in my personal opinion. It needs a little bit of an update on in that regard. But I still say that this update was pretty dang good. Now, a lot of, Genshin CCs would agree with me because, they mainly talk about Genshin, like BranOnline, who, I consider a colleague and love talking with him. He's a great person. But I know that a lot of people have kind of crapped on him for saying that this, 5.3 update cooked. And for somebody who mainly plays Genshin Impact, it makes sense. I don't think it cooked, but I think it was still really good. It wasn't their best live stream, but it was definitely the best of the Lantern Right live streams, right? Not a lot of drama in this one. Um, but some people are like, how could you say that? It's terrible, it's trash. It's very easy to say that when you're not the person playing Genshin or you have this negative, light on Genshin. But I don't think that we should be trashing on people for having a different opinion on if they like Genshin or not. A lot of people kind of took his tweet and were just like, "You're glazing, and how could you say that when Wu was cooking?" Like, who the hell cares? They're both great games in their own right. Why can't people just like the game that they like? Get over it, right? And I'm talking to people who I like, like I respect them and I look up to them in the gotcha space. I'm like, y'all should be ashamed with the way that you're acting towards one person for having an opinion on a fucking gotcha game. Like, get over it. You may not like the opinion of them, but that doesn't mean that you could just tell them that they're, like you're blind and you're faking it and stuff like that. Maybe he's not. Maybe he actually enjoys the game. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying the game. So, I challenge my fellow content creators, right? Why do you think it's justified to go off on somebody who likes the game and genuinely likes the game, right? Why do you feel that you need to go off and say that they're faking it? Because maybe they're actually not. All right. Now, for me, I do enjoy the game. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't have my problems with it. I'm very honest about my opinions on Genshin Impact. I've been very negative as of late about Genshin Impact, but I still do play it and I still enjoy it in general. I can be negative about the games I like, right? And I think that everybody can say that. Like I see content creators for WUA going off on WUA and saying we want this, we want this, we want this, but nobody's going and being like you're faking enjoyment or you're faking hate in the game. Like, come on, guys. Let people play the games they like, and if they have a different opinion than you, it's cool to debate it, but it's not cool to disrespect them. Like for real. Come on now. Be more respectful. I challenge creators to be more respectful of each other. So, tangent over. Overall, 5.3, I think, is going to be a good update. Is it going to be game changing? Not entirely. The artifacts are going to be really, really, or the artifact training guide is going to be fun for casual players, and bumping up the artifacts from 1800 to 2100 is going to be fantastic for me. I think the biggest thing is going to be bosses immediately responding, which is a plus. I think that's really cool. It makes the grind a little bit easier. However, a lot of the stuff they're introducing is still good. The events are going to be good, minus maybe one or two. And then I'm going to lose a lot of money when it comes to phase one. I was going to say, like, oh, yeah, if it's phase one, phase two, I'll be fine. It's phase one, Mavuika and Citali. So I have two different summon videos to basically work on. So, anyways, y'all, off my tangent box, all that good stuff. Let me know in the comments down below what you're most excited for in version 5.3. And let me know in the comments what you think about the recent stuff going on. Anyways, that's going to be it. Love you guys to death. And as always, we'll catch you in the next video. Please take care and be safe.